We are here answering your questions with Mark Hensley with the Triad AARP and Scott Braddock, the founder of Scott Braddock Financial. We're talking all things stimulus. So the second stimulus right now is off the table due to the president's tweet that we got earlier today. But the first stimulus, the one that was done back in April, that is still on the table. And so we're talking about it because the IRS has extended the deadline to file and give them information about you until November the 21st. All right, Mark, this person says, if you're a disabled adult child on your parents' Social Security, are you eligible for the stimulus payment?
Okay, so let's get into the details. A child is considered 17 years of age or younger for an individual who is on Social Security, who is on any type of public assistance. So a disabled adult would receive the full $1,200 amount if they're over age 17. But keep in mind, that individual would have to put in the non-filer by the 21st of November. If the age is 17 and younger, that deadline for $500 has passed. It was October the 1st, and unfortunately for those dependents, that is out of the question.
All right, but they may be able to do that on their taxes, and that would be about it, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
If they're a filer.
If they're a filer. And if you're not a filer, it'd be worth for you filing on the e-file for free so that you would be able to get that tax credit. All right, this person says, can I get my stimulus if I owe child support? Scott.
Well, let me clarify. Owing child support and owing back child support are two separate things. You can owe child support and receive the stimulus check. You're entitled to it. The only time that you would not receive the stimulus check is if you owed back child support. It will go towards what you owe.
Okay. This person says, if you did not file 2018 or 2019, can you still receive the stimulus check they're currently filing? And the answer is yes, but they're going to have to jump through a few hoops, and this is what this whole deadline is about.
Absolutely. So if they're filing, deadline is October the 15th to get those taxes filed to generate your stimulus payment. As we said, a non-filer, meaning that you've not filed in 2018 or 2019 and don't expect to, then you need to go to irs.gov to that portal for non-filers by November the 21st.
And if you do regularly file taxes, they're saying that that deadline is still October the 15th. So we want to make sure that you don't miss that. All right, this person is saying, my wife and I filed 2018 and 2019 taxes jointly. She got her stimulus. I didn't. The IRS said that I didn't file, but we did file together. I call the number to get the payment and they say, keep checking, but it's unavailable. Is there anything else I can do?
I'm going to defer to the advice of the IRS, and that is keep checking. You know, these are very individualized situations, and sometimes it takes a lot of investigation to get it resolved, unfortunately.
Hey, Scott, this person is saying my mom filed me as a dependent back in February when I was 17, but now I'm 18. So am I eligible for a stimulus check? And you might want to answer it from the first stimulus and then possibly what was talked about on the second.
Right. So, you know, if you were 17 or younger and a dependent, you should have received the $500 stimulus check. There was a big group of folks that were still dependent, sometimes high schoolers that were 18 or maybe even possibly college students that were still considered dependents. And so that group of folks are going to be included with the second stimulus. That is the plan on both sides here, is to include them. So a dependent at any age will receive that $500 if that's at least that's what they're discussing including in this next round of stimulus.
All right, this person is saying my mother is living in a rehab facility. Is she supposed to get a payment? And if so, what do we need to do to get it?
So if she's in a rehab facility, I'm going to assume that this individual is on Social Security. And that means that they would get a direct deposit as a Social Security recipient. If they haven't, that also means that she is a non-filer, and they need to go to that portal on her behalf and make sure that her information is in there if they haven't received it.
Yeah, and what's a really big deal is the fact that the rehab or nursing home facility does not have any grasp on that money. It goes all the way to the recipient. It doesn't offset Medicare or anything like that.
That is correct. This is not a payment that should have any impact on income-based benefits whatsoever.
All right, so we are looking to see what happens with the second stimulus, maybe after the election. And Scott, real quickly, you said the markets look like what after the president's tweet?
So the markets were up after a positive tweet from Trump, motivating both sides to come together and make a deal. They were up 1,200 points this morning. After his tweet, the Dow was down 350 points. The market does not like uncertainty, and that's what we have right now.
But maybe now that we know that it's not going to be done and nobody's going to be talking about it till after the election, okay, it's a done deal for at least the moment as we know it, at least right now. All right, thank you, gentlemen, for giving us your expertise and weighing in on this subject. And of course, you can always go to the Two Wants to Know section. We have a link for you to be able to get to the IRS so that you will be able to do that as a non-filer and get that stimulus money.